brand new Yu-Gi-Oh series, Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, VRAINS, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is out. And, well, like, this thing was delayed for a while, and I think I can kind of notice why. Because there's a few things to talk about, but regardless of some of the stuff that I have to complain about the show, there are some really awesome things in this thing as well, and I'm very excited since it's been a while since I see the Yu-Gi-Oh series. Like, I stopped after a while with Arc 5, and definitely a lot of people know and all that. I really thoroughly enjoyed Arc 5, and I definitely want to catch on that and see the ending of the finale, how that goes. But with this being its own separate story, I'm very excited to see what it's going to do. But this is the thing, though, for all you card-playing, loving guys and all that, there was no dueling in this episode because it's now about to happen right at the very start of next week's episode. So let's just get right into talking about a lot of things about this show. Can I just mention at first, holy shit, I love the opening, I love the ending to this series and all that. I love, like, With the Winds, I love Believe in Magic. They're both really catchy tunes. Definitely, if anything and all that, the show nails. It's like, definitely its OST. I really like that. And with our main character, like, Yusaku, he is very different from the past couple of, like, main protagonists that we've had for a while. Like, the best way to describe him is, like, kind of a very cold and calculated, like, kind of character. He is, like, if anything, if people are a lot like Yusei, with, like, Yusei was a lot more kind of like a stoic kind of character. He was a lot more kind of quiet compared to, like, what we've seen so far with, like, Jaden. Like, may I remind you, our last two characters that we've had for the main series, going on for, like, 150 piece, you know, kind of episodes between them and all that, is both Yuma and Yuya, who are both very overreactive, like, you know, they're hyper characters. So it's interesting that now that after, like, kind of like half a decade later, we finally get to see a character that's a little bit more calculative. He's a little bit more like, you know, I'm going to take this a little bit seriously. But a lot more to do with him as well is the fact that he's kind of loner, he keeps to himself, and I'm very surprised by, like, when he was going in there and, like, everyone's, like, talking about, like, oh, this soul technology with your dual disc, it's so, you know, virtual reality, and now that it seems like people don't even duel with fucking cards anymore. Like, it's a way where it's like, we don't even use cards anymore. We actually just, you know, do it online in midday. It's like with, like, that one asshole that I'm sure is going to be his buddy later on, like that dickhead, which I honestly, like, from what I saw in the first episode, he seems like an absolute prick, and I didn't like him at all. He said, he's, like, showing off his deck, and I was like, that's interesting now that, like, although, like, Yusaku's, like, one of the only few that keeps, like, an actual, like, physical deck anymore. I was like, wow, is that, like, where the series is going? And maybe that's kind of a little sign as well to say about the actual card game itself, since, you know, there's a lot of online things. You also, well, have, like, the mobile game as well out there, and I'm wondering if that's where they're kind of going, where it's like, we know that the card game's going to go on more online. That's where a lot of card games like Hearthstone are going to. So I wonder if that's what they're saying with the show as well, and that maybe they might try and make an app or, like, a new game around this as well, since maybe they know that maybe the sales on the cards itself have been going. Obviously, we know that the show is just a sheer promotion for the card game and everything, but still, I gotta say, although there is one big flaw I have to mention with, like, this series itself, and it's the animation. Like, this show, never known for, like, you know, high budget animation, but at least the episode 1, you would really expect them to, like, turn up the heat, you know, make some really good, like, high action scenes, albeit maybe they're saving it up for episode 2 for the duel itself, we don't know. But it looked really still with the animation. There wasn't a lot of movement. It wasn't, like, you know, for a first episode where I feel like animation is not everything, but definitely they want to show you some high action scenes. They want to show you some, like, high, good looking, like, designs and all that. And both in the opening, in the ending, even as well in the show, this first episode as well, there was a lot of, like, very just slow kind of scenes, like, very kind of awkward movement here and there. Like, it definitely picked up a little bit right about the end and all that, when he was, like, riding the weird surfboard and all that. But I didn't think that it was like, wow, even this might just because, like, I haven't watched the show in a while, but, like, I generally thought it looked way a lot better with, like, Arc 5 in the early episodes, and the same thing can be said, like, you know, even when the show, like, progressed later on. So maybe that's why they delayed it for a while. Maybe it's because it was like, we're worried we need to clean it up a little bit, so that could be something to the show as well. But from where we got, like, these what we got with, like, these knights characters that are, like, hackers, and they're trying to find, like, this thing known as Ignis, which, to be fair, if anyone thought of that fucking name right immediately, you'd think Final Fantasy 15, you're going, haha, I thought of the new recipe. Like, you know, that's my Ignis. I don't think of this little fucking VR thing as my, like, Ignis at all. So I've got to get used to that name. But no, every time I'm going to see him talking all that, I'm just going to hear his new recipe going off in my mind, going from there. Like, but we don't know anything about the guy's deck, apart from, like, the tiny little bit of the first minute and all that. from the opening show, it showed this really cool knight character, and I know a lot of people still find it jarring that they use CGI for some of the monsters. Personally, I've been used to it since, like, it's happened since, like, 5Ds, and I like it and all that. When they get the big monsters, they kind of go, like, this really nice CG design, makes them, like, feel different and more powerful than, like, for the other monsters. The dragon thing looked really weird, and just where the fucking plot is going, and considering that the Yusaku has some like baggage already, seems like when people get attacked by this dragon, they get their hacks accounts hacked into and like get taken out of VRAINS like site altogether. There's a bunch of stuff, like it's combining like Digimon Cyber Sleuth mixed in honestly with Yu-Gi-Oh! That's the best way if anyone's ever played that game. It kind of seems like going into the digital world and like pretty much you get attacked in there. You're pretty much like your counter gone and everything. So it could be combining bits of that. I liked the first episode. I generally did. I think there was a lot of good things onto there, and it seems like they're definitely like. I feel Yusaku is a nice change of pace. I hope like so far and all that we had a lot more stronger characters not introduced so far from what we've seen from him. I kind of hope like he kind of holds the show a little bit, or maybe opens up a little bit better throughout more of the show, or maybe like some of the other characters and all that. Like we saw as well that Goe like Onizuka, whatever his name was, and Blue Angel. Hopefully that they seem to be part of the main cast. So see what they're going to be doing. Other than that, though, like, I definitely will talk more about the dueling itself, like, in the next episode. I definitely want to keep up with this. I definitely kept up for a while with, like, Arc 5, and I hope at least they keep up with translations with these and all that. But, unfortunately, since, like, it isn't officially licensed and they don't normally come out till, like, a way later date until, like, the English dub comes out, we're going to have to wait a while, I think, for this one. Hopefully not, but maybe they might be a little bit quicker with this one. As to some fully dedicated time. Let me know what you guys think though. Like, what do you definitely think about this compared to like Arc 5's first episode and all the other Yu-Gi-Ohs? Or do you think it's just gone off the way to time? It's like this is the 6th series now. Like if I remember correctly, and it's like definitely I will say like, animation wise pretty rough, but everywhere else in life I thought we really solid and actually made an interesting character. And I'm kind of curious to find out a lot more about Yusaku and like kind of what happened to him, and also as well like he's kind of the guy that he's also working with, like that hacker dude. Like so I'm curious to see where that's going to be going. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. That's all from me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.